Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Lowell Park here in Cotuit on an overcast day as the Cotuit Kettleers face off against the Wareham Gatemen. I am Sean Ellertson, that is Matt Liberman, and this is pre-game Kettle Talk. And Matt, starting off big picture here, big announcement this morning, the All-Star team. Any surprises to you, especially for this Cotuit team?
I'm personally a little surprised that Zane Collins actually made the team. I mean, he's been great defensively all year. He started out offensively incredibly, getting up to around 455 at one point in the season, but since that point, he's really fallen off. I mean, he isn't hitting the ball that well of late. He had a home run against Hyannis the other day, but he really hasn't had a good bat recently. He's averaged down in the low 250s. I'm not exactly sure why he made it. I think that there are plenty of great shortstops and third basemen in this league, and his decision is a little surprising, but he has played very well for this team this season, defensively especially, where he wasn't expected to because he wasn't that great defensively at Duke. Besides that, I think it's your typical cast that you would expect. Cotuit obviously leading the charge. Grayson Genesta, as a second-year player, has been solid for the team as well this year. And the All-Star team loves second-year players. Justin Hooper on it as well, a second-year player, and then Zane Collins. If you throw a complete game shutout in this league, you're going to make the All-Star team.
And I guess a proponent of Zane Collins, being questioned is his lack of consistent at-bats, especially over this last week or so. But now focusing to last night's game, Cotuit got 2 hit by the Orleans Firebirds in a 5-1 loss. What happened last night with the bats as they've been so hot?
Well, it's not necessarily even what happened with the bats, it's the Orleans pitching staff. When you look at that staff, it is incredible. They have 4 starters that have an ERA below 2. They lead the league in opponent batting average, ERA, strikeouts, the amount of hits allowed, amount of runs allowed, walks allowed, pretty much every single stat that you can possibly think of, they lead, and that rotation is just too good for this league. I mean, Griffin Cotuit said it after the game. He's 1 for 15 this season against Orleans. He's one of the best hitters in the Cape League, and he's 1 for 15. He said there's a reason they're in first place. Their arms are too good compared to everybody else.
And Orleans is by far the best team in the league in this first half. Now let's go to Biernat, who's standing fieldside with head coach Mike Roberts.
Thanks, Sean. Coach, today was a big day for your team as Griffin Cotuit, Grayson Genesta, Zane Collins, Zane Collins, and Justin Hooper were named to the All-Star team. How is it to have these 5 guys represented, and how important have they been to this team's success so far?
Well, I'm very happy for them. They come here to work hard and to get better, which they all have done, and for them to have the opportunity to play in the Cape League All-Star game is a wonderful experience. So I'm thrilled for them, and they deserve it.
And this is Grayson Genesta and Justin Hooper's 2nd season playing with Cotuit. How does it feel to have them be rewarded for not 1 great season, but 2?
Well, there's no doubt. We don't take a lot of freshmen up here, but when you take freshmen, you want to take young men who are of high caliber as a person to begin with, and they certainly are. And the second thing is guys who strive to hopefully want to play in the major leagues and want to really improve, and those 2 guys have. So I'm probably maybe even a little more excited for the guys that have played 2 years here in Cotuit.
Now moving forward to tonight's game, you guys will be facing Griffin Roberts on the mound, who was also named to the All-Star team out of Wareham. What does your team need to do to get the bats going tonight?
Well, I honestly don't pay a lot of attention to the opposing pitcher, as I've said before. We've talked some today about what we need to do from the top of the lineup down to the 9th spot, as well as our pinch hitters. And I know that you can't snap your fingers and begin to drive the baseball like we would like to throughout the order, but hopefully we'll be a little better in the next several days. We've talked about it, we've worked on it a little bit, and we'll kind of see what happens. But he's an excellent pitcher. Happy for him that he made the All-Star team, and there are a lot of scouts here today, so it'll be a good challenge.
Now, yesterday we saw Jason Billis throw a great fastball in front of many scouts. Can we expect to see a lot of velocity out of Justin Hooper on the mound tonight?
Well, I'm hoping Justin will just pitch and not worry about velocity. He's got a bright future in front of him, and he's going to have a chance at professional baseball, whether he throws 88 or 98, I guess. He's going to have an opportunity. So hopefully he'll just pitch today. But I do think it's good for him to pitch in front of scouts. And when you're here in the Cape League, the scouts are very close, to you. But I think it's a good challenge, and I think the guys that can take that challenge and handle it well have an opportunity in the future where they're going to be playing in Fenway Park like last night in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning and pitching before 40,000 people.
All right, well, thank you, Coach, and good luck today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Karen. We already mentioned the lineup in the previous segment, but who needs to step up tonight, especially with the lineup changes? Grayson Jennison now hitting fourth, Mike Cotuit now hitting second, and will that provide a jump to this offense?
I think that you have to look at the hitting in the bottom of the lineup, particularly Chandler Avan. He started off so well for this team, getting up to about 312 after just about a week and a half here, and he has really faltered of late. Now around the low 200s, he hasn't been hitting the ball well. He's been striking out a lot of ground outs as well. So I think that he's the person that you really need to get going, because if you can get the bottom of your order going, that just sets you up when you get back around to the top of the order. And I think that he is that key piece in the bottom of the order, because he can hit for average, but he can also hit for power.
And the last time we saw Wareham, Matt, we saw Zane Collins throw a complete game shutout, the lefty out of Wright State. Tonight we'll see Justin Hooper, another lefty. Can Justin Hooper replicate that performance?
Well, I'm going to say no for replicate, just because he is on an innings limit, and I think that looking back on that decision, I don't think that Coach Roberts would have him pitch a full game again, just because Collins is on an innings limit as well, and appeared tired in his last start. Just his arm wasn't what it was in the time out against Wareham. I would expect Justin Hooper to go pretty deep into this game, though, maybe six and a third, just because, again, you look at that innings limit and you have to be careful with him. But too, I mean, he's really gotten hot as of late. Big lefty. A lot of scouts here wanting to see him and what he can do, and so I would expect him to go pretty deep. I mean, he has great stuff when he can command it, and it's a great night for baseball. I think he should be able to.
And we saw Jason Billis last night really light up the radar gun. Usually sat in the low to mid 90s, jumped it up to 99 a couple times. Maybe we'll see Justin Hooper do the same tonight. But speaking of Zane Collins, Kara Biernat is standing field side with him right now. Kara?
Thanks, Sean. So Zane, you came here to play ball as a temporary player, but you had no idea how long you were going to be here, and are now a Cape Cod All-Star. How does that feel?
I mean, it feels amazing. It's like a dream paid off.
And how fun has this summer been for you so far?
It's been a blast. I think it's been the best summer of my life.
Now you will be representing Wright State alongside teammate Ryan Weiss. How does that feel to represent that with him?
Oh, it's amazing. He's my roommate back home, and he's like my best friend on the team. So when we both found out, we texted each other, and it's just awesome.
I was gonna ask, when you first found the news, what did you do first? Did you make any phone calls?
No, I mean, I try to just keep it on the low and not talk about it. But me and him were texting back and forth.
Now, as you know, the All-Star game is at Spillane Field, where we watched you pitch a complete game shutout. Are you excited to return there?
I mean, it's just another field, I guess.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Well, thank you, Zane.
Thank you, Kara. First pitch set for 5 p.m. as Cotuit takes on Wareham. For Kara Biernat, Matt Liberman, I am Sean Ellertson. Thank you for watching Pregame Kettle Talk.